It was a box office flop of stellar proportions. It got the director fired from the company, and it convinced the Walt Disney Corporation to give its 2D animation department the axe. This is an animated Disney movie I'd never even heard of. But is it really that terrible? Hey, friends, believe it or not, there was a time when Disney Pictures didn't stink. I call it the before time. Back when Disney actually wanted to make money from their movies. Crazy, right? Well, this time we're looking at an animated Disney feature that fell through the cracks. Home on the Range from 2004. Well, what about this here movie? Let's take a look. Our story goes like this. There's a cattle rustler operating in the Old West, and when the ranches go broke, they're bought up at auction for a song. One of our heroines, a cow named Maggie, is sold to a small dairy farm, home to a group of farm animals, including 2 other cows. The prim and proper Miss Calloway and the slightly ditzy Grace. Trouble is, the owner of the farm is in hock to the bank and can't pay, so her farm is now on the auction block. In order to save the farm, the cows go off to try and capture the rustler so they can use the reward money to pay off the mortgage. Along the way, they get help from Buck, an egotistical horse, and a rabbit named Lucky Jack. They also have competition from a bounty hunter. Can our heroines capture the rustler? Will they save the farm? And what's with all that yodeling? In our cast, there's a veritable galaxy of stars. Judi Dench is Mrs. Calloway, Jennifer Tilly is Grace, and Roseanne Barr plays Maggie. Steve Buscemi is Wesley. G.W. Bailey from Police Academy plays Rusty the dog. Cuba Gooding Jr. is here as Buck the horse. Charles Hayde from Hill Street Blues plays Lucky Jack. Dennis Weaver plays Abner. Randy Quaid plays the baddie Alameda Slim and sings a few songs in this. Joe Flaherty from SCTV plays Jeb the Goat. Among others, Jack Warburton, Estelle Harris, and Edie McClurg also lend their voices to the film. It even has Texas Governor Ann Richards doing a voice. The music has K.D. Lang, Bonnie Raitt, and Tim McGraw singing tunes. The music is fun, the songs are catchy. The second number, Little Patch of Heaven, has this retro sound, and you could totally imagine Doris Day doing that song. The animation and character designs are stylish, colorful, imaginative. There are sweet moments and laugh-out-loud funny moments. There's even a high-octane action sequence in an abandoned mine that rivals the one in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So, great cast, funny writing, stellar animation, and a wonderful soundtrack. By all the metrics, this thing is great. So, what killed this movie? Killed it to the point that I never even heard of it or remembered that it existed. Well, Home on the Range was given a PG rating instead of the usual G rating most Disney cartoons got. There's nothing really nasty in it, certainly not by today's standards, but that rating may have signaled to parents to keep the kids away. I don't know why, because any lines that might have been ribald are way over the head of a kid. Maybe it wasn't marketed well. There may have been other things playing at the cinema that crowded it out. It's hard to say. Home on the Range was Disney's 44th animated feature. Some viewers found the picture to be lackluster, missing the genius of Disney's previous masterpieces. Well, okay. All I know is I really liked it, and maybe that's just a case of Star Trek Enterprise. When that show came out, A lot of fans thought Star Trek could never get any worse. Well, look at where Star Trek is now. I'd take Enterprise over Discovery any day. It's Citizen Kane compared to Kurtzman's garbage. Yeah, we didn't know how good we had it, did we? Ugh. In many ways, Home on the Range was the end of an era. The picture performed so badly, it marked the end of Disney's traditional animation department. Eventually, there was enough pressure inside Disney from creators to convince them to try 2D animation again. The result was The Princess and the Frog. After that failed at the box office, Disney killed the department again, for good this time. Nowadays, Disney is all about strip mining its own content, where everything they produce is made up of sequels, prequels, remakes, reboots, and rehashes. All of them inferior to the originals. Say what you will, at least Home on the Range was trying to do something different and something original, something Disney seems to be incapable of today. And for that, this movie deserves at least a little bit of credit. It's an example of what Disney used to be capable of, and why they were the gold standard of American animated features. You know, back in the day, when they actually cared about quality, reputation, entertaining audiences, and making a profit. So I'm giving Home on the Range 3 paws up. It has a lot of appeal and a lot to recommend it. I think it's well worth a watch and deserves to be revisited. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.